Hello, good people of YouTube. Mountbatten here. We have we have a lot of news to go over from the dev blogs that apparently a lot of this information came out during the anniversary stream. Something came out a little bit before that. I wanted to get the Carnot review up first because, of course, it is the new coal ship around, and coal isn't an easy item to come by, so I wanted to get my review out for that first. But now we're going to go ahead and dive into these 4 dev blogs. This might be a bit of a longer video, but I'm going to try and go through this and cover it as best as I can, as quick as I can. So we're going to go through the order of release, which, all this pretty much came out at about the same time. So here we go. Starting off with clan battles. So, needless to say that clan battles this season, for the most part, from playing with Tsoff and talking to others, it's been quite the miserable season. Now, in the dev blog for the overview of this season of clan battles, I'm not going to go read through this whole thing, but they do explain why they chose to go down to Tier 6. They mentioned that it was taking place during the summer, and historically speaking, the summertime is usually when there's less players on both World of Warships and World of Tanks because people are out and about and such. So they said that they chose Tier 6, that way more players could participate. But interestingly enough, this has been one of the least participated in clan battles, despite it being down at Tier 6. They note that while the ship composition has been more diverse because of it being at Tier 6 and with the 2 CVs being a thing, despite all of that, there's been not a whole lot of players playing this season. And that would explain a lot of what's going on from what we're experiencing. We're running up against clans that we normally wouldn't see because we don't get up, much past Typhoon. We've tried to get, as high as we can, but we're running to like Hurricane teams and such down at Storm 3 and such, which is ridiculous for matchmaking, of course. But that does explain it. They explain a little bit more about why they banned this ship, and it's nice to see that they're explaining their reasonings behind it. And this is something that they promised they would do in their apology letter, and here they are, explaining their reasonings. But what's the big takeaway from this is that next season will not be a 2 CV season. It's going to be 1 CV and 1 battleship, and it's going to be back at Tier 10, which is a huge relief because double CV at Tier 6, like I said when they announced this information, Tier 6 is a place where there's still a lot of either early World War II or late World War I-ish refitted ships where the AA isn't really that potent. Like at Tier 10, with dual CVs at Tier 10, you could throw like Minotaur, Austin, Salem, Des Moines, Worcester, Holland, Smallland, the German split DDs. You could throw a lot of really good AA ships in a comp to counter 2 CVs, but at Tier 6, it's like Pensacola and Huanghe. Other than that, you're kind of out of luck. But the CB devlog is one that I would definitely recommend you go check out. It's really interesting to see their reasoning such. I'm very glad that they're explaining their choices rather than just saying, yeah, this is what we're doing now. Yeah. But I like that. So go check that one out. Again, that one's that'll probably take me 20 minutes to read all of that, but that's the highlights from that one. Alright, so big news from the holiday stream and from the anniversary stream. So probably the biggest news of all is that we are getting a new tech line. But it's Pan-Asian cruisers. This is something that I wouldn't have guessed. I thought that we were going to get either Pan-Euro cruisers or Pan-American cruisers. I didn't even think we were going to get Pan-Asian cruisers. With Pan-Euro cruisers, those would probably be the most unique because, of course, you have a lot of major naval powers in Europe, but a lot that weren't large enough to build full-on fleets of battleships, enough to make a tech line out of them, but plenty enough where you could most definitely get a cruiser line out of them. But then, of course, they went with the Dutch cruisers. So it looks like they're maybe splitting the European nations into individual ship lines, which is really cool, rather than shoving them all into a Pan-Euro line. But Pan-Asian ships, I haven't looked at this too much just yet, but I'm going to guess there's a lot of, American ships here, and maybe English ships here as well, maybe some French cruisers, but I'm suspecting mostly American and British ships because post World War II, the U.S. sold a lot of their ships off to, well, South America and Asia. And let's go ahead and take a look at this. Of course, any relevant images or artwork will be put up here. I can't have Google Leggy translate the names because apparently YouTube's demonetizing any videos with like text-to-speech in it for whatever reason. So I do apologize if I butcher these names, which I probably will. Let's go ahead and read through this dev blog. Again, links to all this will be in the description down below. So, announcement for the holiday stream, new ships. Today we hosted a festive stream dedicated to the 6th anniversary of World of Warships, during which the Pan-Asian Cruiser branch and Black Friday ships were announced. We're here now to tell you about these new ships. Researchable Pan-Asian Cruisers will soon be added to the game for testing, starting down at the Tier 5 with the Chongqing, then at Tier 6 with the Rahmat, then at Tier 7 with the Shunfeng, Tier 8 with the Harbin, Tier 9 with the Sejong, and Tier 10 with the Jinan. I just tried to say that with like the most Asian accent that I could, and I hope that gets close. Alright, the Tier 5 to 7 ships were developed on the basis of real British and American ships. Harbin is a project of a small cruiser developed in the Soviet Union at the turn of the 30s and the 40s. Ooh, I didn't see that coming. A Soviet ship thrown in here. The Tier 9 and Tier 10 cruisers are variants of light cruiser projects developed in the U.S. during World War II. The ships of the new branch are distinguished by their small caliber guns, high rate of fire, and powerful deep-water torpedoes, but rather low survivability. All cruisers will have a smoke generator consumable with a reduced reload time and DFAA. Tier 8 to 10 ships are equipped with the torpedo reload booster, and starting from the Tier 9, the repair party consumable. They also have effective anti-submarine armament. Detailed characteristics of the new ships will be announced later. Now the black ships, we finally get a confirmation of the black ships, and yes, it is the ships that were data mined. So Saipan Black, Palmer Black, Yoshino Black, Loyang Black, and Dunkirk Black. Although these images up here real quick, I mean, it's what I expected out of the design. It looks very similar to the past ones, although the Palmer's Black Friday version looks hot. It looks really hot. The color coordination, the iron cross on the deck. This looks like a very clean camo. If it wasn't, if I didn't have to buy another ship just to get the camo, I would definitely buy the camo. But yeah, as always with the Black Friday camos, they're very sleek, very clean, very good color coordination there. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at these Pan-Asian cruisers. Oh yeah, the Harvard, that's totally, yeah, definitely that's a Soviet ship. So it looks like the Chongqing, that looks, is that not the Fiji, but the, what's the Tier 5 British cruiser? Not the Exeter, the, oh god, it's terrible because you just blown up every time you get shot in it. I can't remember its name right now, but that definitely looks like the Tier 5 British cruiser. The Tier 6 looks interesting. It's got like the turrets from the Daring or the Cossack on it. It's like a British Atlanta. And then the Tier 7 is straight up just an Atlanta, but it actually may be the Flint because it doesn't look like it's got the wing turrets on the side. So we got a Techline Flint, and then the Tier 8 is again, I can't remember the name of the ship. Every time I need to remember the name of a ship, it just leaves my mind for some reason. Looks like the Tier 7, I think the Shores Soviet cruiser, or the Lazo, whatever it is. The Lazo's a premium ship. Why can't I remember its name right now? Good God. The Tier 9 looks really interesting. It's the most unique looking one out of the bunch. It looks like a Tier 9 Atlanta. You've got the 3 turrets in the front, 3 turrets in the back, no wing turrets. It looks like 2 sets of tubes per side, so 4 in total for torpedoes. And then the Jinan is just an Austin. It's literally a Techline Austin. Now, I don't think it's going to have the improved heel of the Austin, which, shoot, that's going to hurt it, because the Austin is very thinly armored, very easy to blap, all in all, and it's going to have a fun time surviving, but it does have a smoke screen, and I don't think it has the reload booster either. It has the torpedo reload booster, but doesn't mention the main battery booster, so I wonder if the main battery guns are going to have, well, they have to have a faster reload time than 8 seconds, because, like, when the Austin's main battery reload booster isn't going, it has terrible DPM, so probably have like 5 or 4 second reload time, I would imagine, with having 6 turrets all in all. So I'm interested to see the detailed statistics of these ships and see what they're going to play like and such. And, you know, it's kind of weird. We got a DD line with the German DD split, where they're like light cruisers shoved into a DD slot. Now we're getting a line where, for a good chunk of the line, most of these ships could be considered destroyer leaders, and they're being shoved into a cruiser slot. And only really from like the tier 8 on up do they look like actual light cruisers. Like seriously, from tier 6 down, from tier 7 down, they're just big destroyers. And then from tier 8, they're actually, you know, like light cruisers. So interesting to see what they're doing here with that. I didn't really know what to expect from the new line being announced. When they announced they were announcing a new line on Friday, I thought maybe again either Pan-American or Pan-European or maybe another European line of ships. But I mean, cruisers, we just got a destroyer line. We're just getting a new CV line, and we're just getting a new battleship, like an entirely new battleship line with the German battle cruisers. So I guess it will be time for another cruiser line by the time these bad boys come out, which won't be until maybe early spring, mid-spring-ish, just looking at their past development cycle. So excited to see how these will play. It is more HE spam, but light cruisers have really been getting really short ranges recently, and since they reworked the commander skills, you can't have, you know, like 19 kilometer Smolensk anymore. I'm much more okay with HE spammers when they can't sit back at, you know, battleship ranges and rain HE down on you from forever. Now, a lot of these ships are American too, so it'd be interesting to see if they're going to have the floaty American shells, but we don't have the detailed stacks, so we can't really see that yet. So we'll keep our eyes open on that. Alright, so next one is an update on some of the bugs that have been occurring recently. So update 10.8 fixes for technical issues. We're here to tell you about the stats of fixing bugs that appeared in update 10.8. In the update, players could face a number of critical issues: a torpedo bug, a problem with Missouri's guns, a bug with mouse control. You can find details and our plans to fix them in the dev blog. Today we want to tell you about the stats of fixing these errors. Torpedo bug. In update 10.8, an error appeared that caused torpedoes to move in a different direction than what was indicated by the reticle. This issue was caused by an incorrect fix of the previous bug with torpedoes in update 10.8. An option was found to correct the error, however it had to be tested before implementation to avoid risking new problems. The following steps were taken to validate the fix. On the 14th, they tested inside the studio. On the 15th, they tested in the public test server with the help of the super testers. And then on the 16th, they analyzed the results of the test. We are pleased to announce that the results from testing have been positive. As of now, the bug has already been fixed on all Warships servers. That's great. Really fast fix there. Really weird that the previous fix took 2 months of testing to not even test correctly. And then this happened, but then this gets fixed within 3 days. I mean, I really got to hand it to him for fixing this problem within 3 days. Hopefully all major bugs like this in the future will get fixed this quickly. It's a great step in the right direction. Now, the Missouri's guns are much more of an enigma of a problem. In the course of investigating the problem, we found out it was associated with a very rare bug in the game logic, which led to incorrect behavior of Missouri shells. Since the problem is reproduced very infrequently, we need more time to check it and fix it. Therefore, the problem with Missouri's guns will only be fixed with the release of update 10.9. Yeah, like I talked about when I made my video on the Missouri bug, and Luigi Rules has posted another video talking about his further testing with it. It's very, very rare, and it seems that if you reset your game, like you leave your client, shut it down, everything, and restart it, it fixes it most of the times when it does occur, but it so rarely occurs that it's really hard to figure out what exactly is going on. So I understand why that one's taking quite some more time to fix. Bug with mouse input. Initially, we reported that an error caused the mouse input to stop working in battle on rare occasions. For example, when firing main guns or launching torpedoes, as well as when clicking on various interface elements, occurring only on highway devices. Yeah, we don't have this in the United States. I googled that later. You can't even buy any of their products in the US. That's why I've never heard of them before. However, further study has shown that the issue appears on other devices as well. It was caused by the incorrect fix of an error that was making it impossible to enter a username and password with an on-screen keyboard when entering the game. Unfortunately, we had to roll back this fix in order to fix the mouse control issues and need to find another solution for the on-screen keyboard issue. Respectively, the mouse input issue was already fixed on all servers. Unfortunately, due to technical issues, we'll not be able to apply this hotfix as quickly in the Microsoft Store. Therefore, all users playing World of Warships on this platform will be able to see the fix only next week. We apologize for any inconvenience. Next week, we will publish news on the official portal, through which you can receive 3 days of premium account, a small gift for your feedback, which helped us identify these problems and start solving them, as well as for your patience. Okay, so again, more communication here, a lot more transparency, a lot of them being honest. Like with the Missouri's guns, they said we don't know exactly what's going on. It's going to take time to fix it, and it's not that frequently occurring, so that makes it harder to fix. Torpedo Bug, fixing their own problem that they caused, very quickly handled, and I do appreciate that they did get on that very quickly. So great steps in the right direction from Wargaming here. I hope this continues. Alright, last dev blog. Choose the look of a new map. Finally, we are getting a new map. Like I said before, and World of Warships has said this too, the map designers were of course having to make underwater worlds for all of the maps, so that's what they've been doing for the past year, and now we get to choose what map we want to see next in World of Warships. So here's the dev blog. We invite you to participate in a vote to choose the appearance of a new map. Commanders, we're about to start designing the visual elements of a new map in World of Warships. We would like to invite you to participate in the creation process. We currently have several different locations that are suitable for the new map. You can have your say and vote for the theme and mood of the location of your choice. Vote for your preferred option. Faroe Islands. Oh, this is where they kill the dolphins. But they are very pretty islands, though. That's a joke. Please don't go crazy in the comments. Smooth mountains with small rows of terraces that abruptly end with sheer basalt cliffs. The islands have steep shores surrounded by numerous fjords. A thin layer of snow coats the islands like powder. It is a really beautiful place. If you look at these images here, really pretty. I like especially that first picture, that contrast with the tan of the mountain with the snow-capped peaks, and then the very jagged cliffs. I like that. Iceland, a valley of icebergs, high and dark rocky mountains, neighbor-shaped ice formations. The mountains aren't rich in color, but some of the pristine blue icebergs contain fragments of rocks and other geological formations. It's pretty, but I mean, we have several maps that, well, not any that look exactly like this. We have a couple of ice maps that I'm kind of sick of, but I'm not knocking Iceland itself. I'm just saying we have a lot of ice in game already. Oh my god, I can't pronounce that. Kamchatka? High brick red mountains encrusted with snow patches. The loose mountain shapes consist of large sand landslides broken by layers of multicolored rocks. The landscape includes long beaches made up of sand and rock. It's really pretty though. That first image is really striking. You know what? I do like this. I do like this a lot. Huh. Voting period ends September 22nd, 12 o'clock UTC. You can leave your vote here, and there are links down in the comments below. Links in the dev blog. After the voting period is over, we'll share the results on our website and dev blog. Oh, so for me, it's definitely in between the Faroe Islands or Kamchatka. You know what? I like Kamchatka. I'm going to vote for that one. I just like the contrast of the red and the. I don't know though, but the Faroe Islands. I'm really torn. Actually, you know what? We're going to go with Kamchatka. There. All right. So guys, that's it for the dev blogs. Quite a bit today. Glad I got through them in under half an hour. Like in the CB's blog, it has a lot of information on it. So please go check that out if you are interested in that, in CB's. But lot of good information here. A lot of more transparency and communication from Wargaming, especially with the bug fixes and their reasoning for CBs, and thankfully how they're not doing it again next season. And I am pretty interested in the Pan-Asian cruisers, since we will basically be able to get a tech line in free Austin, although I'm not sure which is going to be better, because, you know, like the Jinan with a better DPM than Austin without its reload booster could have the potential to be a very good ship. but it doesn't have the improved heal of the Austin, and when the reload booster is active on Austin, it's quite fearsome. So we'll see how these ships develop, and hopefully they'll release their detailed stats soon. Anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like and leave a comment and subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 30,000 subs, and I can't thank you guys enough for that. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. Hope to catch you guys in the next one.